When we first moved into our house, one of the things I wanted to do straight away was remodel the shower. It was just a little insert. You can tell that I put like a little arm up there to kind of give it two shower heads. And I always wanted to tile a shower, so I thought I'd try my luck at it and see how far I got. So here I gutted everything out. I ran my pecs. I wanted to do a shower head on each side, so I had to run it around. It was very easy to rip this shower out. When they put these things in, it's like they just seems like they use duct tape to hold it in there. I started adding the Durarock, kind of shaping everything up, figuring out how high I wanted to go, how much I was going to need, where the drain was going to be. I decided to leave the drain where it was. It's a little offset because I did come out a little bit farther towards the tile. So it's about 4 inches offset, but you don't really notice it. So here you can kind of tell I had my membrane down. I started to lay my bed, packing in the sand and the concrete for the floor. I got my drain in here. Got the Durock starting to go up the walls. Everything seemed to be going pretty well. It was dusty because I did most of it in the bathroom. It was on the second floor, so instead of running downstairs every 5 minutes, I just tried to cut as much as I could up there. I put a little insert in here for our soaps and shampoos, razors, stuff like that. It was kind of requested by my wife. And I also wanted to do some sort of a mural, something that, made it not just a bland tile shower. So I did decide to go with a mural. I did that. That was a pain too, cutting out all those little bitty pieces. It was octagons, so a lot of cutting. That's when I decided, hey, I'm going to do most of this in the bathroom. So we just had to do a deep clean afterwards. Here's the Durock where I'm starting to go up, getting everything finished, at least with the concrete aspect of it. Wasn't a bad job. I'd do it again if I had to. I wish we could have made it a little bit bigger, but didn't really have the room. One thing I would say is very essential is a laser level. And that really helped me out a lot, making sure everything was square. As you can see here, I started to mud around all the joints and filling everything in, making sure it was watertight, which is obviously pretty important when you're dealing with water. I also went over it. I don't know if this was necessary, but with stuff called Red Guard, I give it an extra little membrane to kind of make sure no water gets through anywhere. I really didn't want to have to pull this out and do it again. This was my first time ever doing a full shower. I've tiled floors before, but never an actual shower. I put a little ledge in there. You can see the tape measure sitting on it for my wife when she's shaving, and we can set little things. Tiles seem to be going pretty well. Pretty short video of some progress I had. There's the mural I was talking about. Seem to be going pretty well. Once you get a pattern going, it's pretty much just repetitive. So here it was, I believe, after I got all the tile laid. Just waiting on everything to sit so I could grout it the next day. It turned out very well. Not much I would have changed. We put a lot of thought into it before I did it. A lot of trips to Floor and Decor. And I think, it's been about 5 years since we've done this, and still holding on very strong. No issues, no leaks. Still happy with it. There's the ledge I did. I got a piece of quarter round, I guess you'd say, made out of granite. Here it was finished. The only thing I didn't like about it was the floor tile had like a grayish tan grout, and the shower was white. So it didn't really blend very well where it met the shower. So my pregnant wife at the time, I was at work. She surprised me. I told her I was going to do this. She got a razor, or one of those, a little tool you can get where you sand the grout out of the joints. Not the funnest job to do, but it wasn't too bad. It took about a day to do that. Maybe an evening. I wouldn't say it was too bad. And then once we did that, I went over it with a snow white grout, the same color as the shower. There's the ledge again, kind of showing where I met it to the tile that was already there. You can tell here where the grout's it didn't go at all. It was a totally different color. Floor turned out good though. I was very happy with the floor. Here you can tell after we scraped out all the grout and went over it with the white. I think it looks a lot better. It looks cleaner, blends with everything else. But another issue I had though, you can tell kind of in this picture, is the bathtub had that same color grout, which I wasn't a fan of that. So I decided to tile over the tile that was existing and use a white grout to make it uniform with the shower, which that was an easy job. I don't know if it's not thought of to actually pull the tile off, but I decided to just go over the existing. You can see here it's like a brown tile. It wasn't very appealing. It looked kind of dated. The house was built in, I think it was 2005. Like I said, it wasn't a bad job though. It was relatively just laying tile for the most part. Here it was finished. I went around everything because there was a little gap, obviously between the old tile and the new tile. So I went around with that quarter round. I don't know what you really call it. It's like a granite quarter round to kind of make it look more finished. After this was done, I mean, you would have no idea that I went over the tile. I mean, it turned out very well. Very clean. Here's another photo of the finish. We don't use the bathtub very often. I have a 5-year-old that did a little bit, but not so much anymore. But obviously, like I said, just to make it match. A little spoiler alert: about 5 years after we did this, I ended up taking the whole bathtub out. Here's a video of the finished, minus the shower heads, but you can see that laser level. Like I said, that was very crucial. I notice stuff like that very easily. If there's a line that's not straight or something like that, and it'll just bug me and I'll have to redo it. So I made sure to make sure everything was straight as possible. There the shower is now. This is 5 years later after we did it. I took some recent photos of it. Like I said, still holding on strong. I put a little waterfall rain deal at the top. My wife does not like it, but I enjoy it. As I mentioned, we ended up taking the bathtub out and put a sauna in. Much more, we use it a lot more than we did the bathtub, and it was kind of a gift to ourselves after the Christmas holiday with my wife's business. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions about the sauna or the shower, any questions about how I tiled it, just let me know. Thanks.